So in our laboratory, we are trying to understand the history of the universe, how it created galaxies, black holes, stars, and planets. So what we are doing for this, we are studying the evolution of the universe from the first moment after the Big Bang until our present day. So in theoretical astrophysics, one of our main tools is numerical simulation. So thanks to computer, we try to reproduce or explain what a telescope observes in the sky. So basically it's a mix of physics, mathematics, and programming. So I'm working on galaxy evolution, and I try to understand how galaxy grows. So galaxies are gigantic factories of stars, and as you know, stars is the first origin of life. So what I want to understand is how galaxy evolve and the history, so I can understand better where we come from. So the thing I like about my research is that we are dealing with extreme phenomena that are beyond our imaginations. So what I really like is that we are able to reproduce them on computer, and I think it's really incredible and exciting. So whether if I continue into academia or into engineering, there is mainly two things I want to keep as a baseline. So the first one is to share my interest of science in general and my research. And the second thing is that I really want to have an impact, a good impact on society and on environment through my research and my way of life. So I wanted to do my PhD in Japan, and I wanted to work on simulations for astrophysics. And our director of this laboratory is a renowned expert on this field. So I just asked him if I could come and work here, and here I am. I think overall just be curious about discovering new knowledge. Don't be afraid of experiencing new activities and experience, and just discover and understand the world we live in.
I belong to the laboratory of natural products organic chemistry, which conducts research on isolation, structural analysis, synthesis, and also biofunctional studies of biologically active compounds, especially complex natural products containing sugars. In our research, we use experiments to test a hypothesis. The experiments involve chemical reactions between two or more substances to synthesize a new compound with a desirable biological activity. In my research, I'm working on the chemical synthesis of lipid a chemical compound which is found on the cell surface of gram-negative bacteria, and also the evaluation of its innate immunostimulator activity. In this study, I would like to find out if this molecule, lipid A, could be developed into a safe and potent innate immunostimulator for application as a vaccine adjuvant. Well, I enjoy the chemical synthesis experiments and also the day-to-day discussions with my fellow students and also with the teachers on how best we can improve the experiment's outcome and also how to interpret the experiment's results. I become very happy when I synthesize a new compound, and I become even more happier when I discover a new biological phenomenon associated with the developed compound. In future, if I find a chance, I would like to become a chemistry researcher in academics. However, I think becoming a chemistry researcher in a manufacturing industry could also be good for me. I chose this laboratory because based on my passion, I was really interested in the research which is being conducted in this laboratory. And this laboratory has professors who have vast experience and recognizable achievements in the organic synthesis of the immunostimulating drug conjugates. To all the high school students in Japan and also to students in overseas, if you want to enjoy research in the natural sciences in your graduate studies, I would like to recommend you to join the Graduate School of Science of Osaka University. You will never regret it.
極律って呼ばれるその空間の曲がり方を測る量が、空間にどのような幾何学的な影響を与えるかっていうことを調べています。極律で、イメージ直感的にイメージしていただきたいのは、極律0だったら、紙のような真っ平らなもので、極律正というのでボールのような膨らんだものの表面というものをイメージしていただけるのがいいかなと思います。極律と呼ばれるのもいろいろあるんですけれども、その中で私は物の輸送を見て、極律を測るっていうことをやっています。それを数学的にちゃんと述べるために最適輸送理論っていう道具を使っています。また他にも熱の広がり方を見て極律を知るっていう方法があります。そこでは熱方程式っていう物理的な方程式を扱っています。さっき言った極律っていうのは立地極律って呼ばれる名前がついていて、私はその立地極律というものに興味を持っているんですが、特にその立地極律が0以上っていう状態に興味を持っています。で、その立地極律が0以上っていうのは幾何学的には私が扱っている分野とは別の突幾何学って呼ばれる分野があるんですけれども、その分野と深いつながりがあるというのがあって、私はその突幾何学への応用とかも意識して研究しているという感じです。自分の中で思った疑問、簡単な疑問とかを、自分でその言葉にして、それが疑問なんですけれども、それがちゃんと正しいとか、これは正しい間違ってるんだろうかとか、そういうことを自分で調べて、その自分で回答を見出すということが楽しいです。一つの分野にこだわらずに、今は立地極律に関する話というものを使っているんですけれども、その一つの分野にこだわらずに他の分野にも応用できるような分野を横断した研究ができるような研究者になれればと思います。ゼミの配属の時に本を最初に提示されて選ぶんですけれども、もともと幾何学的なことをやりたいと思っていたんですが、先生決める時に今の所属している先生のところが、等周不等式って呼ばれる幾何学的な不等式の本を読むっていうのを挙げていて、私がそれにとても興味を惹かれて選んだっていうのがあります。興味のあることとか、ちょっとでも気になったこととかあったら、どんどん臆さずにチャレンジをしてみたり、きっかけあればどんどんアプローチをかけてみるといいんじゃないかなというふうに思います。
So surrounding us there is a lot of things. So as an example, the water, it consists of water molecule and then atom. So inside of at the center of atom we have nucleus, and nucleus consists of proton and neutron. So if we compare the size of an atom to the size of a stadium, and we can say that a nucleus is as small as an ant inside the nucleus, which is very small. And so for things that is such a teeny, so we want to know what kind of shape do they have. So as example, they can have a spherical shape like a melon, or a prolate shape like a lemon, and also like oblate shape of an orange. So this is the nuclear chart, which is this is the number of proton and this is the number of neutron. So currently there are two types of nuclei, which is stable and unstable nuclei. And in this chart, the black color is the stable nuclei, while the other colors is the unstable nuclei. So currently there is about 250 nuclei that exist naturally on Earth, but more of them are produced at the laboratory. So our laboratory studies on this kind of nuclei by using accelerators at facilities such as at RCNP in Osaka University, and RICAN at Tokyo, and also TRIUM at Canada. So my research is conducted at RIBF RICAN, where we were able to produce nuclei with more number of neutron compared to number of proton. So these nuclei, we are curious to know what kind of shape can they have. So for me, I am studying by using the beta and gamma energy while constructing their energy scheme. So for this type of nuclei, we were curious about what kind of shape can they have. So as example, they can have like a prolate shape or a shape like a pear kind of shape. So we want to know what is their nuclear structure. So I enjoyed the whole process of experiment, from constructing the electronic circuits and calibration of the detectors, setting up for the experiments. So in my experiment, it's allowed me to work with great researchers from all around the world, and also at the facilities, great facilities such as at RICAN. And for me, it is an honor for me to work with them. So in nuclear physics, there is still a lot of things that we didn't know. So in the future also, there will be more physics that will come, so I don't know what it will be. So I am hoping to learn and gain my knowledge, and also to sharpen my skills, so that in the future I can maybe design my own experiments or doing something that I can find my passion in it. So when deciding for postgraduate studies, I really want to do experimental nuclear physics. But in Malaysia, such a facilities does not exist. We don't have any accelerators or facilities to do such experiment. So I chose this group because the opportunity to do those kind of experiment. And furthermore, under the International Physics course, under Graduate School of Science, they offers degree program in English, so that's why I chose this laboratory. So my advice to them is to pursue study on what they are interested in, and also to find passion in it. Because for me, I think if you are working on what you are interested in and have passion in it, so you might as well enjoy the process, the whole process of what you are studying in.
So basically my lab works on mitochondrial dynamics, which is basically working on the movement of a very important cell organelle that produces energy, which is necessary for maintaining cellular functions. So basically, to observe how the mitochondria move inside of the cell, we use a kind of fluorescence microscope for observing live cells like for example HeLa cells, and we stain them with specific dyes and then observe them in real time to see how they move inside the cell. Okay, so I am currently working on mitochondrial DNA, to be very specific. If you can see the video towards the right hand side of the screen, you can see the mitochondria which appear in red, and there are the mitochondrial DNA which appears as the green or yellowish tiny dots. Now these mitochondrial DNA molecules, they usually appear as small green dots, right? But in some abnormal cases, they appear as these big green dots. Now, it has been proved recently that the mitochondrial DNA moves inside of the mitochondria. But the reason as to why they move or how they move, it's not currently known. So I am trying to find out the molecular mechanism as to how these mitochondrial DNA molecules move inside the mitochondria and what functional consequences it might have. Interesting point. The most important thing that I feel in my research is that, which makes me happy, is that I get to find new things. I get to discover new things. So for that, I am basically peeking into a world that nobody knows apart from me. So that is really, really interesting, and that is what makes me happy, that I know something that nobody else knows. And then my research will expose that new world to the other people out there. Basically, I want to be someone whose name will be remembered for centuries. But for that reason, you have to do really, really quite hard work, and you have to keep on toiling for that. I am trying my best to produce, extraordinary work in my field, publish good papers, so that, although, definitely it has to be important for science in itself, and also it has to have an impact so that my name is remembered for the upcoming ages. Because of the immense faith and support that my professor showed in me. At the very beginning, when I came to this lab, I understood that the professors here, they apply more of a hands-on approach, that they will encourage you to do your work. Even if you fail, it's fine. You have to keep on trying until you get the result. Compared to other places where they're going to tell you, sit in the corner and watch the other senior researchers do their work. I don't find that approach to be very promising. But in my lab, and the way that my professors go about their work, they encourage you to do your work by yourself. There is no shame in failing, but you have to keep on trying and trying again until you succeed. That is what I found really, promising about this particular lab and the professors here. That's why I joined this lab. Definitely. Firstly is never give up on your dreams, and secondly, keep on working hard. No matter what obstacles come in front of your way, you have to keep your head down and grind on and try to overcome that obstacle. It's only by this way you can stand out from the common lot out there. That's all.
In this laboratory, we aim to create excellent hybrid materials by combining the advantages of polymers and functional small molecules through non-covalent interactions. I mainly use spectroscopic analysis such as UV absorption spectroscopy and fluorescence spectroscopy. I focus on using artificial polymers to control the photo-induced electron transfer between electron donor and acceptor in order to achieve high electron transfer efficiency in artificial photo-induced electron transfer systems, and thus construct photosynthesis systems with high energy conversion rates. I most enjoy solving problems in experiments. I'm happy when I have racked my brain to solve a problem encountered in an experiment or successfully explained an unexpected result of an experiment. The research I'm doing now is basic research, which is far from practical application. I hope to have the opportunity in the future to become a researcher who applies his own research to people's life in a practical way. I'm very interested in non-covalent interactions such as hydrogen bonds, coordination bonds, and van der Waals forces. And I want to use these interactions to achieve some of its unique functions. That's why I chose my current laboratory. I've had a rich and fulfilled time at Graduate School of Science in Osaka University, and I hope to welcome you all to have a happy time here as well.
The Graduate School of Science at Osaka University inherit the founding spirit and tradition of the School of Science established in 1931. We have maintained its research-first principle, which gives importance to a liberal, lively, and creative environment. All faculty members and students in the Graduate School of Science share the scientist spirit of looking at the wonders of the natural world and working earnestly to solve its mysteries. This spirit is passed on to the next generations. For more information, please visit our website, Twitter, and Facebook. We will keep you updated on the current status of the school and the Graduate School of Science here at Osaka University.